Hey guys, welcome back to another video in this channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of your favorite series in this channel, which is a portfolio review. Now, today I'm going to say that we have very few submissions. That doesn't mean that they're not quality submissions. They're going to be really cool, I'm sure. But just want you, this is actually one of the reasons why we decided to jump into the, like going back to like the sort of daily videos or like more frequent videos, because it was very difficult for me to let you guys know that the portfolio review was opened, and then you guys were asking on the questions like, when is there going to be another portfolio review? Remember, we're trying to have always the portfolio review at the middle of the month, and usually even from like the very beginning of the month, you're going to find the link on one of the videos, and that link is going to be open. It's a Google Drive link. You only need to drop your name with like a little note. Let me show you real quick. Where is it? Right here. And let's go to next step submissions June. So where do we have this? There we go. So yeah, this is the submission place. As you can see, we have 4 submissions this month, so we're probably going to cover them in this one video. But if you guys want to participate, make sure to check the videos frequently. Make sure to check the description on the videos, which is down here, of course. And there's going to be a Google Drive link, and as you can see, in the same way as Joshua did right here, you just need to write me if you want like a little message. I'm happy to read those. So we're going to jump into that one real quick in just a second. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I changed the setup. The microphone's now on the other side. The audio should be like pretty cool, pretty good, I hope. And the light, like I had this weird shadow on my face and it was looking really weird. So yeah, so before we jump into the portfolio review, I just want to remind you guys that we have this very cool promotion with Skillshare, so check it out. Hey guys, Abraham here. I just wanted to remind you guys that we upload all of our courses to Skillshare. Skillshare is this amazing site where you can access a ton of different content to learn, improve, and grow as an artist. We have all of our courses available to watch and learn from right now in Skillshare. You can check the description down here, and Skillshare is offering 1 free month trial to their premium membership. With this membership, you're going to be able to access all of our courses and watch and learn all of the amazing things that we cover with all of the softwares. So, what are you waiting for? Check Skillshare down here below. There we go. So let's jump on to Joshua Slaymaker. He says, hello Abraham, I really love the tutorials you and Next to do. I would love if you can look over my portfolio. Of course. I'm a self-taught artist starting in Blender back in June 2020, so just hit my 2-year mark in 3D. I'm transitioning to Maya as that seems to be the industry standard. I love using Substance and ZBrush as well. I want to get into the industry, whether it be games, TV, or film. I want to see what I should work on a bit more as props environment modeler. It's wonderful that you do the portfolio reviews because we may not know how to reach out for support, and it's great. Thank you again for everything you do. You are welcome, my friend. So here's the thing. I know that you're mentioning here that you're transitioning into Maya, and yes, Maya is like the industry standard, but I've been seeing more and more open positions where they don't really care where you do things. Especially if you're going for games at the end of the day go into an engine, right? So they're gonna go into like Unreal, Unity, the RE engine from Capcom. Like it doesn't even matter, right? So as long usually as long as you can export the things in a way that it can be used inside of the engine, you're fine. Right now I'm working with a client, and we have people working with different softwares. There's people working on CDM Studio, CDM 4D, people working on Blender. I'm working on Maya. There's people working directly on the engine. So it's crazy. It's crazy. As long as you get the result out there, it's usually not that important. But yeah, it's definitely one of the things that you need to like take a look at. Cool. So I can definitely see some. Oh, you're really close, San Antonio. I have family over there. Well, not direct family, but close family. This one's pretty cool. I like this one. It's there's like some kits and stuff. Where did you work in progress? Okay. Concept to ready in Unreal. Okay, so one thing that's definitely like affecting you a little bit on this one is the lighting. The lighting looks super boring, and I'm not saying this in the wrong way. I'm since we have a little bit more time, I'm gonna be a little bit more like specific about things when doing this review today. So what I mean by this is it seems like there's just like this big area light coming from this side. I can see it from the shadows right here, and then this like emissive lights over here. They're looking okay, but it doesn't look realistic. And one of the things that doesn't really hit me as realistic is the height. It's really tall. Like this is a 3-story tall like tavern, and I don't think I've ever seen one of this. Like I know you mentioned a concept piece. Do we have it over here? Not really. The models are okay. Like this is what I would do for like wood planks and stuff. It might be a little bit heavy on the like topology on the side right here. Textures look okay. We could add a little bit more like metal edgeware or maybe some like scratches and stuff. If you want to check out the Majora's Mask tutorial that I did a couple of weeks ago, it was a little bit more advanced, like techniques inside of Substance, and I show you a couple of scratches at the very end, which I think could benefit you. But yeah, I mean, your models are okay. They look good. I actually like the chimney quite a bit. The lighting is one of the things that you definitely need to check on this one. Nowadays, we have Unreal Engine 5. Try that one out. It has Lumen built in, like automatically on your stuff, so it's like real-time global illumination. It looks amazing, and it should be on by default. So if you start a scene and you start like dropping your files right there, it should give you a very nice effect. That's for that one. This one, yeah, there you go. I did this example for the Maya for Absolute Beginners course, which, by the way, I'm gonna be updating this course like next week you guys are gonna see. I already told you guys we're doing this Maya, like, complete guide to Maya 2023, and it's not only like an intro to Maya class where you guys are gonna be able to learn all of the basics. I'm actually gonna show you a full production pipeline on how to produce a small animated scene for yourself. So you're gonna do everything. You're gonna modeling, rigging, animation, texture, effects, post-production, like everything. I'm working on it right now. Like as soon as I finish recording this, I'm gonna go and finish the last videos that I'm missing. And yeah, it's gonna be really cool. This is a great model. It's a little bit high on the density side. Like you can definitely go with lower topology here and just smooth it out at render time. But your proportions and everything look really good. I really like it. And you did this sort of lost forest thing. Here's the thing with doing this kind of renders. It seems to me like you did something with the ground and then you didn't like it, and then you brought it into Photoshop and photo bashed this sort of like ground effect. That, like, everyone's gonna be able to see that this is sort of like photo editing thing, and it looks kind of bad. I would probably prefer you did like and I think I showed you that in the course, just a 3-point light setup. I know things look really good once they're in context, like in the scene, but if you don't feel comfortable doing that, don't do it. I actually did that for my portfolio so many years back. I don't have the original files. Well, then they must be in one of my hard drives over there. But this guy right here, the concept that I follow what's from this guy called Alex Comstad. He's an amazing artist. I love his stuff. And several years back, he did this like series of giants. This one's right here. And in this series, I found one that I really like, which is this one right here. And this is what the one that I tried to adapt into something more like cinematic. I did change some things. I did took some artistic liberties. I slimmed him out quite a bit, and but I followed the general concept. It's based on his concept. It's not exactly the concept that I was going for, but in the concept you can see that he's like in the middle of some icebergs and stuff. And I actually tried doing it when I was doing this piece. I tried to do like the forest, and it didn't look good. So my teacher taught me that, like, hey, do you want to be a character artist or do you want to be an environment artist? If you want to be a character artist, get out or get rid of the background. It's not looking that good. Your character is looking really good, so just leave the background behind and just show your character, because that's what you want to be, right? So I would say the same thing to you, my friend. If you want to be a prop artist, or at least right now you wanna present yourself as a prop artist, doesn't mean that you can't be an environment artist later on. But if you want your portfolio to present these sort of prop artists, then present this, right? This sort of thing. Like just the key is what I mean. Let's take a look at this one. This was a personal project I was working on a while ago. Created all in Blender, rendered with multiple passes, and pulled it all back together with eventual resolve. Okay, the passes thing is really important. I won't say that it's not a good idea to learn that pipeline, but that's usually if you're gonna go for film, and it's usually if you're gonna be doing the compositing side of things. It's a really good one. I like it. I think the compositing does lag a little bit. Like you can see the particles here, they look a little bit weird, like just like stopping right there. I'll probably have the particles go all the way and then disappear off screen. Lighting wise, since we have this super strong light over here, I wouldn't expect to see this sort of like a reflection over here on this side. I would see like a darker shadow. Take a reference at Star Wars, like the old fields, and you would see this very like high contrast stuff that they used to do with the elements. So that's probably what I would do with this scene right here. But I like it. It's fun. It's a fun scene. And finally, this one right here. So similar thing, like you do have a great prop. I think the axe looks really nice. That's a nice concept, and I think you really got close to the concept. Like it's a really good approximation. This is of course a stylized work, so this is more for like World of Warcraft or Diablo or stuff like that. Well, you did some more like PBR textures, right? Like more realistic textures. That's fine. It's definitely gonna look a little bit different because as you can see on this one, there's no like everything's painted on. Topology wise, I can say again a little bit dense for like a game prop. Nowadays, yes, we have like higher triangle count, but you can definitely simplify, like especially over here. There's way too many polygons that you could simplify a little bit more. I think again you're making this mistake of trying to go for like a super exciting and an emotional scene with the full environment, when in reality the thing that should be the focus of the piece is your axe. I'm gonna show you another example where I made that mistake that was even earlier in my career, and I did this character, same thing. See, and I know when I see these portfolios that's the same kind of mistakes that I did when I was starting. So it was like this dwarf, and there was this like fantasy setting. This was all done in ZBrush, by the way. And I tried to do this sort of like compositing in Photoshop, and it doesn't look that bad, but you can see that this like chunks of rock, they don't look like rocks. They look like, I don't know, like some sort of like soft thingy. Really weird, right? And again, maybe it works as a general piece, but it's one of those things that you should only focus on the thing that's most important to your scene, okay? Later on, once you get more experience, then you're going to be able to do more complex scenes and more complex elements, and you're going to be able to integrate everything in a really nice way. But right now, since you're starting, and I'm saying you're starting because even though you do have 2 years of experience, you're still in like the early years of your 3D career, focus on the things that you know are going to get you there. Now, I'm going to mention this. There's this company called CGBot. I'm mentioning this one for you, my friend, because I believe it is in San Antonio or in Dallas or something, so it might be close to you. And I do know that they hire like people with relatively new experience. Like they're not expecting to have like the most like super advanced artists at the beginning. So yeah, you can find like some stuff over here. There's positions over here in Mexico. There's another like studio in Mexico, but I do know that they have their what's the word? Their like some of their offices. There we go, Austin. So if you want to give it a shot, that this might be one place that you might want to start. It's a great starting place. I know that they are very friendly towards like new artists. So yeah, there you go, my friend. Thank you very much for your submission. Let's go to the next one. Let's go with Michelle Moreno. Hi there, my name is Michelle, and I started self-taught learning on June 18, 2019, following my lifelong dream of becoming a digital artist, and I couldn't be happier. I feel I found my place despite the fact that I have studied 8 years for an industrial design degree. Okay, that's fine. We've talked about this before. There's people that make the change like super late in life, and that's fine. It's not a race. Like you're not competing against anyone but yourself. So if you're happy now with this, I applaud you, my friend. So, besides the work I upload to our station and Instagram as a progress diary, I'm currently learning VFX and shaders at work to become a technical artist, okay? But right now I feel a little bit lost in the need for some guidance or instruction for which path to follow. Should I grasp more concept art, character design, environment design, or technical art? Okay, that's a broad broad list of subjects. Let's take a look. So, you are from San Jose, Costa Rica. Excellent. Cool. I love this. I love these renders. Everyone does this when they're learning to. Oh, that's a really nice one. I love that. You have a really nice style on the drawing side of things. Is this watercolor? Yes. Wow. This is beautiful. Watercolor is one of the techniques that I've always wanted to learn. I love it. Okay, my first question would be like for you, kind of like an interrogation. Are all of this your own ideas, or are you like taking inspiration from something else? Because if they're all your own ideas, then congratulations. I think you do have a lot of potential to be a concept artist. Because I myself definitely don't have the creativity to think about those sort of stuff. And it's fun. You definitely have this sort of like whimsical, cute, cartoony style, which is great. What's this? Some UI design. That's cool. Yeah. So if you do concept art and you mix it up with like graphic design and user interface and stuff like that, there's a lot of potential out there. Right now here at the studio, we have one artist, and she's really good at like UI design. She does like this amazing buttons, like 3D sometimes, 2D sometimes, and she's just like really good at that. What's this? Okay, you did some like graphic design, it seems. Post-processing, okay. Cool. Yeah, I mean, you do have a very strong foundation on like graphic design. So I would probably suggest you pursue that as a career option, just because you might be able to find some like work faster going that way. But even like this guys right here, like these are really, really, really clean. I really like them. I'm not a, like, this is not the style that I normally work on. You guys have already seen some of my style, which is a little bit more realistic, or like semi-realistic. But this is really cool. I mean, the 3D management is fine. This one seems to be going back a little bit, like losing his balance. Maybe just pose him so that he's going a little bit forward. That would be my suggestion for that one. I really like this sort of like, they look like they are made of like felt or something. Render an Eve, texture and substance painter. Yeah, this is, it looks really, really good. Oil filter, nice. Did you rig her? Because I can see that she's posed. If she has a rig, I mean, yeah, this is pretty cool. I can't really like give you the best advice in regards to stylized stuff, because again, I don't really do that much of stylized stuff. But you do have this very, like, I see your stuff, I see your portfolio, and I can definitely see the kind of work that you want to do. Like, I know that you probably are not going to be working on a like Game of Thrones production, right? Not because you don't like Game of Thrones, maybe you do. But your work is very cute. It's very like minimalistic, very chibi, and that's the kind of stuff that you are pursuing. So that's great. I think I would suggest. The question was, like, concept, character design, environment design, or technical art. I would definitely suggest this too, for you. So concept art or character design. Michelle, you definitely have talent to do that, and you have the talent to produce the concept art and then do that concept art as a 3D piece. I think one thing that you could do, because I don't think I've seen one right now doing that, like, grab one of these guys that you did, hopefully you did like from your original ideas and imagination, and make it 3D. Like, see how easy you can transfer those ideas, and I think that's going to give you a really strong portfolio. Yeah, congratulations. So this looks really cool. I wish you the best of luck, because you do have a lot of talent. This is really cute, really nice. Amazing. Cool. Let's go now with Raisul Hassan. It says, hey Abraham, I'm Raisul from India. I have just completed my 2 years course on 3D animation, but I'm not really confident to go for any studio. Please review my portfolio. I will be thankful to you. Okay, before we go into the portfolio, I do want to talk about something. A lot of people start studying 3D, and then even after like 2 years, like in this case Raisul or other students, they still feel like they don't have what you need or what should be needed to start their 3D career. Guys, when I started my 3D career back in 2011, the only thing that they needed, and I actually started at CGBot, which was the the place that I just advertised for a couple of moments ago. They gave me a test where I had to do like a D6 dice. That's why I show that as an example, and a hammer. I had to texture and model a hammer. That's all. Like, that's all they needed, because I was doing like trash cans, and I was doing like apples and oranges and just like a chair and a table. Like, I was doing super simple stuff for a game that they were like collaborating on. And that's fine. That's how you start your career. Like, I don't think anyone expects you to be at the level of like the top artists and be able to deliver like a God of War, like super high definition character for your first job. That's probably not gonna be it. Of course, there's people that do that and they nail their first job and it's like a super important one. But more often than not, companies are gonna hire you to help them with things that they need help with that might not be so technically difficult. So if you have 2 years of experience, and we're about to see the portfolio, and if you have a good portfolio, feel free to like submit your stuff. Like, not really. There's not really any reason why you shouldn't. Don't be afraid of critiques or anything. I'm gonna turn on the volume so that you guys can hear. There we go. 3D modeling and texturing. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. You already have it. That's it. You know how to model. You know how to texture. I'll make some notes about this one, but yeah, I mean, that's. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I hire people. When I hire them here for the studio, when we need help for, like, projects and stuff, as long as they can deliver this, I'm happy. Because with the things that I need help with are this kind of things, right? Like, it's simple stuff that I know that they're going to be able to do properly. And then once they get, like, better and better and get more experience, then I can ask them to do more complex stuff. Yeah, there you go, man. You do have everything you need. Again, you might not be able to get a job on the top studios right now, but if you want to start your career as a working artist, it might not be a bad idea to start sending this sort of stuff to smaller studios. It's a nice music, by the way. Some people go for like super crazy music sometimes. This one's fine. That one's a little bit dense on there. That's a really nice bike. So you're doing this very cool thing where you present like a really good project, and then one that it's like a little bit, I wouldn't say weaker, but just not as exciting as the other ones. Ah, that's a nice room. That's a nice render. It's clean. There's a lot of like architectural or like construction studios that like look for people that can do this sort of stuff. Like architects and stuff, they want people that know how to render, because not a lot of them know how to. Definitely take that one out. Definitely take that one out. That one's not useful. It's a simple exercise. You don't need that. I know I'm gonna pause this. I know that you included it. I'm gonna bet that you include this because of the smoke. You probably did this as smoke simulation or this smoke comp in After Effects, depending on whether it was 3D or not. And you were like, oh, I'm super proud of this project. And yeah, it's a cool project, but this is not portfolio worthy. So I would take this one out. Same for the skulls. I don't think the skulls right here are that like impactful. The render is okay, but the skulls are, there's several like anatomical things that you might need to remove. So yeah, okay, Photoshop, Substance, Maya, After Effects, and Premiere. That's fine. Cool. So yeah, let's take a look back. So this one, the first one, render. Improve the render. You need to improve the render. You need like a higher contrast. Right now, this looks very... If I were to take this into Photoshop and check the levels of the whole thing, like how all of the colors relate to each other, you would see that most of them are in like this sort of like mid-gray section, and that's not giving us enough punch. So you definitely want to have a little bit more punch, and that would mean like a really nice spotlight or key light that's going to be your main light. You can make soft shadows from that one, that's fine, but so that we get like a nice division from light and shadow, because right now this is a little bit flat. This one I like because of the grass, and the cows definitely need a little bit more work. I'm debating whether or not it's a good idea to keep this one here in your portfolio. I think it's okay. Again, it's not the strongest piece, but it's okay. And I like this wireframe because, or this sort of like ambient occlusion shot, because it shows how it's made. So I like it. Again, I'm not against it. I think the several components could get a little bit more work, like the what's like a canvas here. Definitely needs a little bit more work. Maybe the ground. Check out, I did a video very recently about displacement. If you can add displacement here to the scene, like to the ground, I think that could benefit. And to be honest, I think I would just delete this one. Like, just keep the wagon without the cover, because this cover definitely looks like just a cylinder with a texture, and it's not as powerful. So if you do like a nice displacement on the ground, get rid of this one. Maybe add like a box or like a sack or something here on top of the wagon. I think this could be a little bit stronger, like a stronger piece. And then we have the books, right? Oh, these ones are great. These ones are great. I actually don't have any comments. Those are really nice. Maybe some of the materials could use a little bit more work, but I like those. One thing you could do with those, by the way, like, and here's how you guys can make the most out of your portfolio pieces. If you have a really good one, like this one, oh, careful there. This image is inverted. It says Converse, but the other way around. I'm guessing you mirror the objects. Yeah, because it's right on this side. So you probably want to mirror the UVs on that one as well. Yeah, and I can see this mirror because see how this normal maps right here? They're mirrored. So if you're going to do this, you definitely need to mirror some of the UVs or the normals or something, because the shading is looking a little bit different due to the fact that you mirrored the object. So as I was mentioning, one of the things that you guys can do to get more like juice out of your renders, do a pass of this guy like this, and do another version of the textures with like mud and dirty and all like scratched up and stuff. Don't change the model, just change the textures, and that way you show how to do an asset that's looking really, really new and an asset that's looking more damaged, right? Like wear and tear. This one, I'm not sure. It's a little bit weak. Again, it's not bad, but it could be a little bit better. Did you do the lamp? I think we did this lamp, right? Did I do the lamp? I remember doing one of these lamps, like not so long ago. I'm not sure if I did it for you guys. Topology here, it's a little bit dense. I think I understand why you did that though. And then this one's really good. This is like, I like the fact that you're closing with this piece so that we understand that you do know how to model. And this like wireframe, great wireframe. Be careful with your curves. The curves are slowing down at the end, and that's because they're not linear. If you want the turntable to look like completely smooth, then the curves should be completely linear. The room is perfect, and then just finish it there. You don't need to do any like this ones and the other ones. Just stop here. Stop here. Polish the ones that I just mentioned, and I think you're gonna have a great piece. Again, as I mentioned with the who was it before you, Raisul, Michelle? No, was it? Yeah, it was Michelle and Joshua, I think. Like, you guys have enough of a portfolio to start like submitting it, and you're gonna get feedback. Some companies might not get back to you. Some of them might say, hey, you're still not there, but take a look at this or try to improve here or there. That's the kind of stuff that you want. And I know we all hate rejection. Like right now here at the studio, we are getting that sort of rejection every now and then when we pitch a project and then the client either doesn't like the cost or something. It's part of this of business. You need to get yourself out there, and you need to be exposed to those sort of situations, even though they are uncomfortable. But you are gonna be getting more experience when you do that, and that's gonna help you in your career. So thank you, Raisul. Let's go now with the final one, which is Shivam. Hi, my name is Shivam. I'm currently learning ZBrush on my own, and I would love to get some guidance from a professional. I'm still not confident enough to show you my work, so I just uploaded them to show you last month, and I will remove them after review and re-upload them when they finish. Okay, yeah, don't worry, that's fine. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's a good idea that you mentioned that you're probably gonna remove this, guys, after we're finished with the review, because I would say that these are learning exercises, right? Like, these are really cool monsters. You definitely have this sort of like creepy monster thing, which is nice. Let me see. I think this one is the latest one, right? Yeah, this was posted 12 hours ago. So I can see you're improving, and the reason I can see you're improving is because I saw the anatomy on this one. This is like a spawn, and he looks a little bit chubby. I would say the legs are a little bit thick. He looks a little bit short as well. There's this thing, you'll probably, of course, know about this, which are the proportions. And then there's this 8 head proportion cannon that we that's one of the ones that we use the most. And that's one of the things that you definitely need to take a look at. But I can see that you're like the forms that you're using, they're not relative. They're quite clean. So I like the fact that your forms are really clean, because that's one of the things that I have the most issues with students when they're learning ZBrush. Their forms get really wonky and really like messy, and then it's a little bit difficult to help them out. Yeah, see, like, look at this improvement. This was 3 weeks ago, and from this in 3 weeks to this, that's a really good progress. I still think he's a little bit too thick on the upper side. Like, the proportions of a human male are usually not this big over here. I like the anatomy of this sort of like claws and tentacles that you're doing on the head. I mean, you can go crazy with that, but I would definitely, like, my suggestion for you, Shivam, would be start with something simple, like a human, just like a basic human. Male or female, whichever you want, and just make sure you nail the anatomy as close as possible as you can. From the courses that we have there on the site, the ones that I would recommend are the Demon Character Creation for Games. That was like the second course I did for Nextut. And then we have the Soldier, also the Stylized Soldier. Those, both of them, I talk about like anatomy and stuff, so I would strongly recommend those ones. And then I recently released the 3D printing one, which, even though it is about 3D printing, most of the like initial chapters are all about like anatomy and prop building and stuff. So you can get a lot of cool information from that one as well. I don't think you even need to take these ones out, to be honest. Like, anyone that sees this portfolio would know that you're a part, or you're learning still. So if you want to keep them for people to like or to share or to just like message or whatever, I think it's fine. Maybe take this one out, like this one that was like a previous version of this one. I'll probably keep this one, the spawn, this like alien creature. This one, I personally find it really creepy and really like weird on this kind of thing. And some people do get like I think the word, I'm not sure if the word is triggered, but they might get like weird vibes from those sort of stuff, and you probably don't want that. So I probably would take this one out. This one I kind of like. And another thing I would strongly suggest is start taking a look at the rendering, how to render these things in a better way. Because even though taking screenshots from ZBrush, it's relatively easy and you can get some cool like ideas and concepts, nothing beats like a really good like presented piece. I have several tutorials here in the channel, so make sure to look them out. I have like 3-point lag setups and Blender setups and Arnold setups. Like, pick whatever you want, Marmoset even. But yeah, like, present this guys in a better way, and I think you're gonna be good to go. And keep practicing, my friend. Keep learning. Just keep pushing. You're in a really good position, and I think as long as you keep on working, I mean, 3 weeks and that improvement, that's quite impressive. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you very much. Today, that's it for our portfolio reviews. I am gonna be closing this link for now, so you guys are gonna see how I'm gonna literally close this, so it's only gonna be available to view. But next month, at the beginning of next month, I'm gonna reopen this, and we're gonna change the name, of course. Change the name, and this is gonna be Next to Submissions July. And for July, we're going to open it at the beginning of the month. You guys are welcome to submit your portfolio in the same way as we did right here. And I'll be happy to review. You're not seeing it. There we go. So now it's set for July. There we go. So, of course, let us know in the comments what kind of topics do you want me to talk about. We're going to start a new week, well, next week. I think we're almost at the final week, right? Is it? Oh, 2 more weeks. We got 2 more weeks on July. So let me know what kind of stuff you want to talk about. We're still going to have our live stream in 2 weeks at the end of the month. And yeah, I'll be happy to just hang out and keep working on more stuff that you guys suggest. So thank you very much, guys. I'll see you back on the next one. Bye-bye.